What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the comments that TD Jakes made regarding women. To be fair, he didn't specify black women, but a lot of black women are taking it as he directing those comments toward them, which is understandable because TD Jakes, he does have a large black female following, and black women are probably his biggest supporters if you break it down by demographic group, which makes the situation even worse. And I purposely think that TD Jakes didn't say black women in particular, but just women, because just in case, he receives some backlash, he has sort of like an out, right? Where it's like, well, I didn't say black women, I said women. I said women, I ain't say black woman. All right. And y'all continuing to prove me right. Tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive. Woman, thou art loose. So what I'm going to do is read the comments that TD Jakes made that sparked the outrage. And then I'm going to give you my commentary on it. So here we go. Because we are raising up women to be men. And you're not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are. And you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. All right, so let's stop right there for a quick second. Okay. He said that you are applauded by the contemporary society, right? Because of how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, right? Wouldn't this be also something that should be directed at society? I mean, I know society is like a huge entity, and I'm not sure where you can actually direct that to. But shouldn't it just be more of a critique on modern society and what modern society puts value on and does not put value on when it comes to women and their contributions to society? And I know someone's going to come through in the comments section and be like, oh, y'all always think that black women is supposed to be exempt from criticisms and stuff. Y'all always think that black women can't be criticized by nobody. Y'all always want to avoid accountability for being with the Pookies and the Ray Rays, too. Whether Pookie or Ray Ray or Joshua or Robert, the outcome is still the same. But that's another story. And then he said, listed off all of these very disparaging adjectives that are being used to describe, parentheses, black women, right? And like black women already have to deal with like the whole, angry black woman stereotype, both in and outside of the community. And also when she is trying to climb the corporate ladder, by the way. But if she's being applauded by society, truly applauded by society for being tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive, then it seems like this is what society wants women to be. Parentheses, black women, at least when convenient. And he mentioned, you're climbing the corporate ladder, right? But we are losing our families. And the way that is being put is that, black women have abandoned their families to climb the corporate ladder. when really I think it's more so black women are climbing the corporate ladder in part to provide for their families. Now, some black women don't are like single, so they don't have like a family when it comes to like, a husband and kids, or let's be real, a baby daddy and kids, because, these black men out here ain't really proposing and initiating marriage like that. That's something that you could bring up too, since you're so concerned about the black family and the black community. But to be fair, he didn't say black. He didn't specify black, but, you know, we're reasoning people, right? We have basic reasoning, critical thinking skills, right? We can make inferences because a lot of times that's what you have to do. Sometimes, like a lot of times, people aren't just going to straight up say their true sentiments. So you're going to have to infer, or you're going to have to figure out their true sentiment from what they've been telling you. And he also mentioned, we're raising up women to be men. Okay, who's raising these women? Then they're going to say it's the black single mamas. Y'all raising the Pokies, the Ray Rays, the Shaniquas, the LaQuishas. Y'all raising all the bad peoples in the black community. And it's like, okay, let's say that is like 100% true and that, black fathers have nothing to do with raising their black children. All right. Let's say that. All right. Then what happens when the black community does well? Who gets the quote unquote blame when the black community does well? Like, who gets acknowledgement for that? And, accolades for that. And also, does the community, does it really want to have black women, does it want to raise black women to be black women? And I think like they kind of flip-flop on that, because it's like, well, we need black women to be mules for the black community. And but they also need black women to at least be attractive enough to be like quote unquote breeders as well. So long story short, I just really don't think that the black community is completely 100% invested in fostering a community where black women can truly, thrive in their femininity. Because if that happens, then black men have to really step up. And since for some reason people are treating black men as some sort of group that just can't be criticized, then the burden is going to fall on black women. And he also mentioned you're not applauded for your femininity. Well, who's not applauding black women for their femininity? Who is not applauding them? Think about that. And talked about, we're losing our families. And it's like, well, we've been losing our families for quite a while now. And that's not entirely black women's fault. But of course, when things go wrong, then it's like, oh, the black woman. It's the black woman. She did it. The war in the Ukraine. Black woman did it. Gas prices going crazy high in the sky. Blame black woman. She did it. Al-Qaeda resurged. A black woman. I tell you, the black woman, she is the original terrorist. She been terrorizing the black man and the black community since 1992. Back when Oprah was on TV and stuff. Been criticizing the black man since 1982. But yeah, I tell you, that's the original terrorist right there. Shoot, Al Qaeda go to the black woman to get trained on how to be terrorists. I guarantee you, do your research. Every single international terroristic attack, I guarantee you a black woman has been behind 99.999% of them. And black women are also responsible for Kevin Samuel's death too. But that's another story though. That's another story for another day. But let's continue with the rest of the commentary that TD Jakes made. So, quote unquote, we were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh boy. So let's unpack this. So he's saying we're not designed to receive from women. So I'm assuming he's referring to men. And this could be an assumption that's wrong, but I'm assuming he's referring to men receiving from women. So your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. Okay, whose fault is that though? If you truly have to ask your wife for lunch money, whose fault is that? You're blaming the wife for having lunch money to give her husband as if he's a child? So we gonna blame her? Oh, you ask him, oh, she got the lunch money, it's her fault. She took it. She took it. See, if she had not taken the lunch money, I have lunch money. I wouldn't have to ask her. Oh, wicked woman. The black woman, she a wicked, wicked woman. How about the husband, boyfriend, baby daddy, whoever? How about he go out there and get a job? I mean, statistically, men have a better chance of employment than women. Since y'all, we want to talk about, oh, I didn't say black. No. But y'all acting like that, a black man can't get a job, or a black man don't got a job, a black man don't got money, a black man got to go to his wife, baby mama, girlfriend, or whoever for lunch money. Like that right there in itself is pretty insulting to black men, But of course, they didn't say black men. They didn't say the black men. They didn't say the brothers, though. And then he's like, I know you can buy your own car. You mad? I know you can buy your own house. Oh, you big mad. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. Why does she have to create a need? You feel me? Shouldn't he more so be searching for a need to fulfill in her life? And all needs really don't have to be financial. I mean, yeah, of course, financial is good. And, even if a woman can have her own, handle her own finances and don't need a man, a man can still provide those finances for her. And as well, protection, right? And also, just fostering, a very, loving relationship with her. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Is this really how it go? That black women just be coming home and just be saying, I don't need you. You need me. I can buy my own car. I can buy my own house. I pay my own rent. I'm a strong, independent black woman. I don't need you. Is that really how it go? Somebody please in the comment section, please let me know if that's really how it goes in black families and black relationships. But they didn't say black though. They didn't say black though. All right, so that's the end of TD Jakes in his commentary. So I'm going to get more into my commentary though. Again, like, is TD Jakes, is he trying to be the next Kevin Samuels? Because I get that sort of a vibe. I hope not. I hope this is just a one-time thing, and he really not trying to transition to be like a a Christian love guru or a Christian dating expert, right? And if he does, if that's truly his goal, then he's gonna end up dead to the bed just like Kevin Samuels. And oddly enough, black women ain't gonna have nothing to do with it, but gonna get blamed for it. Because, you know, it's always the black woman's fault. When things go right, right? But it's never the black woman's fault or blame, or it's never attributed to the black woman when things go right. But more importantly, though, something I need to bring up here is like, why do black women have to dim their shine for the sake of black men, their pride, their ego, right? Why do black women have to continuously meet black men where they are? And I bring that up because I really don't think black men are meeting black women where they are, right? If the black woman is not up to par, is not up to standard, black men have typically, you know, just moved on to other groups, or just moved on to women who are up to standard within the black community. If they just happen to not be, you know, open to interracial relationships. And again, like, address that as well. You know, if we're going to be addressing, you know, the black family, right? We can't really have a black family if folks are going outside the community, especially black men leading that charge, right? But I think TD Jakes might have maybe a couple of swirlers in his family as far as his children. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But possibly. You know, why isn't at least part of this message aimed at, you know, the brothers, you know, black men need to step up and be better husbands, fathers, brothers, uncles, sons, UPS, FedEx delivery drivers, Uber drivers, Amazon Prime delivery guys. Why isn't it directed like that, right? Why not phrase the message as, you know, black men, you know, you got to step it up. We got to surpass our women, right? Which would actually benefit the entire community, right? And again, why is the burden always placed on black women to fix the problems, to save the black family, to save the black community, to save, defend, and advocate for the black man who seemingly wants to act like a child and act as if he can't do those things for himself? You know, to raise black children alone, since the black man is too much of a child to be the father that he is supposed to be. To prevent black male erasure. You know, that's the latest one, because they saying that, oh, all those biracial NBA players are black women's fault. I'm like, how? How we, the math ain't mathing up with all that now. I'm doing the math and them numbers ain't adding up. Y'all got to show me your work. What y'all do? What kind of equations y'all was running to get to that point where y'all blaming black women for all the biracial basketball players that was in the draft recently? Because last time I checked, the majority of them got black daddies, not black mamas. But I ain't going to go into that. I already did a whole video about that. If you're interested, you know, in what my whole take about that, you know, I got the video for you. But again, they want black women to fix all the problems in the community. And by the way, this is going to it's a thankless job. You don't get any thanks for doing this work. And really, like these dudes, they want black women to be like their personal Jesus. To die on the cross for their sins, right? With none of the praise and respect. And T.D. Jakes called black women or women, masculine. And to me, people feel way too comfortable attacking black women in their femininity that the community does not want to foster, but want to have, and when it's beneficial. And we got to do something about that. People are feeling way too comfortable coming after black women because they know what groups to go after and what groups to avoid, right? What groups to not mention. They know who to try that stuff with. Kim Burrell too. Her too. She want to talk about black women are women, being nasty and stuff. I'm like, I really felt, because I listened to some of those, clips that been floating around on social media, and really, honestly, I felt like she was projecting. I felt like, honestly, she was talking about herself, but projecting it onto other women, particularly black women. Because you be looking nasty and funky up there in the pool pit, sweating like hog maw and stuff. And T.D. Jakes too. Kim Burrell looked like she needed to take a bath. Not a shower, a bath. Soak. Like take a bath and soak in it. Like a shower ain't gonna do it because she got too many cracks and crevices and rolls and jelly donuts and stuff. She need to take a bath and just soak in it for a good while, like a nice hot bubble bath with Gain laundry detergent mixed in and Dawn dishwashing liquid. Like, they gotta cut the grease because she greasy. All right, she look like a greasy. I ain't even gonna say it. But back to my commentary though. But if black women are masculine, then does that make black men feminine? And I don't think we really want to go there. See, we feel very comfortable talking about black women being masculine, right? But when it comes to bringing up our black men feminine, right? Then it's like, oh no, oh you going too far, sister. Oh, you hitting below the belt, sister. You know what the black man done been through. The black man done been through so much and been so disadvantaged. And it's like, well, so have black women, while also having to deal with not only the racism aspect, but also the sexism aspect of it too. But of course, people never want to give black women that that sort of context, that sort of empathy for some reason. And let's say if you do, as a black woman or a woman, since they didn't say black women, they just said women. But say as a black woman, you know, if you do make all of these changes, right, and all these accommodations, what happens when you, or if you, get played? Then what? What happens then? Like you do all this changing and rearranging and contorting yourself to make needs for men, black men, to dim your shine for the sake of black men, right? And then what happens? Do you get the black man, the black male unicorn, the black cane unicorn? Do you get the black cane golden ticket? What's the prize for doing all this? What's the reward? And also, I feel like people, particularly black men, are sending mixed messages to black women, particularly like black men on social media. Because we got TD Jakes here talking about black women essentially need to like dim their shine and not be, so successful in corporate America and be financially independent and all that stuff. But then we're talking about, we have black men on social media talking about, oh, going 50-50. Oh, what do you bring to the table, black woman? Oh, black women's is gold diggers. Black women's don't F with broke jiggers. Yeah. But then on the flip side, talking about, well, black women education and career are irrelevant to their dating market value. And it's like, well, is it? Because you do have to have education and career to be able to go 50-50. You have to have something if you really want that, right? You have to have education and career to bring something to the table. And, you also have to have finances, your own, so that you won't be seen as a gold digger. So then the black woman got to be hoop de hoop and holler hollering, talking about she's strong, independent, she got her own. She don't need a man for nothing except for sex. That's it. She just need the D. And really, I think that's kind of like what the community kind of want it to be. Well, particularly black men kind of want it to be, you know? Got no problem supplying the D to black women, but everything else you got to get it on your own, sister. That's it. You got to get everything else on your own, but don't be educated. Don't get a career, right? But you got to get it on your own, though. And you can't be a gold digger either. We don't mess with them gold digging black women like that. Now the other groups of women, they can be gold diggers because they got more options than you do, black women. So we gotta come with something for them. But for you, black women, you just need to be happy that we paying attention to you. Be happy about that. Be thankful. Bring something to the table for a brother. Stop coming at brothers with your hand out, looking for a handout. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, black woman. But that's pretty much all that I have to say, though, about this situation. I don't anticipate TD Jakes apologizing, but perhaps it may happen, But I'll say if we truly want a better black community, then it has to be a team effort initiated by black men, led by black men, and black women have to follow if we really want that. And if black men really want to be, truly, seen as the leaders and the patriarchs of the black community, then that effort that black men initiate and drive and lead. But I thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.